I had another one that even left a medical bill of more than 50 million Kenyan shillings. Even my own family, they could not understand how you would spend your time with the sick and the person that you are supporting, especially that time when we were handling medical related cases, they end up dying. And you have deeply connected with those patients. I struggled. It took some time for me to believe that it is okay to be vulnerable and it is okay to feel the way I was feeling. And God being God, that what I was running away from is what became now my full-time engagement. That's the only preoccupation that is in your mind is how do you make somebody else's life better? So it's not something that I was trained on. It's not about how good you are or how good you feel or how good people see you, but it's about the impact that you make. The people who benefit from the decisions that you make, how good do they feel?
Hello everyone and welcome to Mind and Moves. My name is Kenneth and the gentleman I'm sitting with today is none other than Ndung'u Nyoro. Now Ndung'u, I've known you many years. Many years.
Sure.
And when I think about the word philanthropy or kindness or the heart of giving, I can't think of anyone better. There's no other name that comes up but yours. Now, for the viewers, there's something that you don't know about Ndung'u is that he turned his compassion or his passion for giving into something more sustainable, into something that can touch many lives and change many lives at the same time. Today I want to welcome you to sit down with me, slow down with us as we listen to this mind that moves. Ndung'u.
Yes.
Tell me about yourself a little bit.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you. And thank you, viewers. My name is Ndung'u Nyoro, as he has mentioned. And I'm the team leader and the founder of AFFECTO Foundation. But it's a long story. I don't know where we are going to start because it's been a journey.
We will start with this deck here. I want us to play a nice game. Don't think about this as an interview.
Okay.
We're just here to have a nice...
It's a friend's chat.
Yes. We're chatting and playing.
Awesome.
Right?
I like
Minds
it that
and
way.
moves.
I like it that way. Thank you.
Now, I want us to play a game of poker.
Okay.
But you can tell me, I usually like to relate things and life and random things that happen in our lives. This game in front of us, what does it remind you of the journey? As we do that, I'll be...
Quite a lot. Because you see, it's a game of chances.
Yeah.
We are chancing. You're not so sure which card you're going to pick. And even if I pick a nice card, I don't know what kind of a card you have on the end. So I might be thinking that I have the game in my hands, but eventually you kill it. So it's how life is. Sometimes you can be so sure, but you end up not getting it. Sometimes you can be almost giving up, but you end up, having the bull by its horns. Yeah. So it just prepares me by telling me that, of course, it's not over until it's over. That moment when you feel like you're losing it, perhaps could be your best moment. And I can use an example. Of course, we were to have this conversation and get to know what we have been able to do with AFFECTO. But again, when we were starting AFFECTO, we didn't have the know-how. I have never been into this field. I didn't know where to get the resources from. But now looking back, you can see that moment where I made a decision that this one student deserves an opportunity, gave birth to opportunities for hundreds and hundreds of students that have been able to benefit. So for me is saying it's not over until it is over. Yes.
Now, you have been through a very interesting journey.
You're the one to start?
And luckily for me, I don't know, do you want to start?
I don't have a card to start.
Are you almost winning it?
I don't have the card to start, so I'll allow you to do it fast.
Okay, yeah, I think I have some.
Very good. You're saying something?
I have the privilege of knowing you for so many years. I have seen you from the days of fundraising on Facebook, trying to help random strangers who, had these bills of, medical bills and sometimes school fees for children. Why that? Why that trajectory? Why give?
Mhm. That's a bit challenging. I cannot really tell you that this is the main reason. But again, I remember very, very well. Sometimes back, uh, I came across a boy. Actually, not a boy, but somebody reached out to me on social media uh, and told me of a case of a boy from my village. I come from Molo, and this boy had a kidney condition, and it was at a very advanced stage. And it had made had to have a very big tummy, swollen cheeks, and the father was really struggling. Like you're trying all options to raise funds to be able to take your son to hospital. You cannot, you have asked people for help until everybody feels they have done enough to support you. So out of desperation, he decided to undress the son, and he took some photos, and now he used to move around with the photo of the son, asking if you could help him take the son to school. And Ken, so the person who saw uh, picked that photo, captured the image on in the phone and sent to me. And he told me, we are approaching Christmas. Why don't we, as people from our area, decide this will be our Christmas gift to this young man? We just support him and we allow him to go to hospital as his gift, gift of health for him over Christmas. At least he's able to go to hospital. And I saw that as an opportunity for us to do something over Christmas. I didn't have any background, like on how to fundraise, but I saw it as an opportunity to help one of our own. And I remember I picked that photo as raw as it was. It was scary to see a young boy with a very big tummy. And I posted on Facebook. And nobody knows me apart from the people now who come from my area. So I was posting so that the people from my area, we can see what we can do, because it was around Christmas time. And when I did that, post that photo, so many people, not just the ones from my home area, but many people offered to help. And people are contributing here and there. And within 1 week, we had raised close to 100,000 shillings. And we were able to take the young boy to Moi Referral Hospital, Eldoret.
That Christmas.
Over Christmas, actually, immediately after Christmas, because we were fundraising around 22nd, 23rd there. So that week, and then also you see most of the institutions that time, they are not very busy. So after Christmas, we were able to take the boy to hospital. And remember, they were only fundraising for bus fare. But now we have enough for his medical journey. So he was taken to Moi Referral. After some time, he was referred to Kenyatta. So he came over to Kenyatta. And within that journey, by the time we were in New Year, he had really improved tremendously. And that aspect of communicating to the people who contributed, because now I could even be able to share photos of before and after. Now he went back to his normal game. He went back to his normal, you could tell now he doesn't look very, very swollen and all that. People were so happy. And now people were asking, what else can we do for him? The boy was able even to go back to school, when schools learning resumed. And that was our first case. It was a first case, but how people responded and how we saw our small efforts were able to change somebody's life gave birth to a belief in people coming together, to a belief in people, joining hands, each with a very something little, and being able to do so much. So that is where all this started. And over the years, I have always believed that it is possible for people to come together and be able to change somebody's life. I don't know whether I've answered your question. I'm waiting for you to.
But it's actually a move I've picked.
Oh, you've picked.
Yes.
Good. Thank you.
Now, you've talked about this story that made you start, or put you on this path or on this journey. But can you share maybe moments of, we all have those moments of doubt, moments of struggle, moments when we are not very sure about what we thought would be a path, or what did, sometimes a path appears to you, but it doesn't look so sure. Have you had those moments, and how have you maybe navigated those, even as we...
Yes. Ken, what I'm doing is not what I was trained to do. Actually, I'm in a totally new field.
Okay.
I'm the one who's playing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's totally new field. Oh, okay. I think you needed a good dose. It's a totally new.
So am I doing double or just one?
No, just,
or just one.
3 years. So it's not something that I was trained on. Okay. So I found myself in a totally new space, and I remember I could at times struggle to balance between my professional engagement and coming in to support our people. And even my own family, they could not understand how you would spend your time with the sick every other time, and the person that you are supporting, especially that time when we were handling medical related cases, they end up dying, and you have deeply connected with those patients. Like one of the hospital where they have a unit for children with suffering from cancer, and you're there, you want to support, and every other week you go, the children that you are connecting with have died. So I became emotionally not okay, to the extent they could also affect my performance at work. And
also, this time you're doing these things, you're also employed.
Yes, I'm also employed. And now I'm wondering, is it really what I was meant to do? So I became a bit disoriented. I'm going to kill this game. I became a bit disoriented. I struggled, and it took some time for me to believe that it is okay to be vulnerable, and it is okay to feel the way I was feeling. And for a moment, I could question myself: is it really what I'm supposed to be doing? And God being God, that what I was running away from is what became now my full-time engagement, because I kept on, kind of shutting the doors for my professional engagement. And now my heart was moving now towards more of this compassion ministry. And this, I've been doing that every single day for the last, since the year 2015. So we're talking about 10 years.
10 years, yeah.
Yes. That's the only preoccupation that is in your mind, is how do you make somebody else's life better? You wake up thinking about it. You look for opportunities for them. If it is people who are unwell, you make sure that they have gone to hospital and they have become better. Even as we were setting up this conversation, I've seen somebody who has asked me whether she's telling me that I would like to see you, but I don't know where. And this is somebody that we fundraised for the son to go for cancer treatment in India.
Yeah.
But now, unfortunately, we lost the son. But seeing this kind of feedback where somebody feels whatever we did was the right thing to do and they are better is perhaps what gives me a better feel and a better sleep. And it's been a journey, and we have those low moments. But again, with time, you get better. Yeah. So it's quite a journey.
Yeah.
Yes.
What would you say has been the biggest hurdle you had to, get over?
I think for me, like I've told you, handling medical related cases at some point became too overwhelming. Because there's nothing as sad as you have connected with somebody, you started a journey, you're on the path of recovery, hope is up there. Then you wake up and tell that person it's normal. I'll give you an example. 2016, 2017, I was told of this family where a mother was going to look for kibarua somewhere. And she had her baby on her back. So as she was crossing a road early in the morning, she was hit by a vehicle.
With a baby?
Yes, she had the baby on the back.
Oh my.
And when she was hit, of course, she fell on the tarmac. The mother succumbed, but the baby survived. But now this is a family. When you hear of somebody who was going to look for kibarua, you understand the kind of family I'm talking about. So the baby was taken to a district hospital and she was placed there. But because they don't have funds to do even anything or even a scan, so the baby was just there in the ward. So they were asking how we could come in and try and help. It was a very painful case. We tried, we took the baby, I think the boy was about 3 years or so, 2 or 3 years, I can't remember. We took him to hospital, the best of hospitals. I think you're the one to play. The best of hospitals. A lot of surgeries here and there, but unfortunately that boy didn't make it. He didn't make it. But by the time we were losing him, we had connected in this manner that we couldn't believe we were losing that boy, because we had started, he could even respond to your, when you talk, you tell him lift your hand, he could lift, sometimes he could make, you could tell he wants to say something, but he can't. But you could see even when you walk in and he relates with you, he can smile, eventually we lost that. It was very painful. I had another one that even left a medical bill of more than 50 million Kenya shillings. Again, we had to passionately plead with the hospital and they waived that bill. But for us to be very, very aggressive for years and support that, that baby, when the baby, we lost the baby, I could feel like part of me, we had also lost it. So those medical cases, at some point, I had to make a decision. They are affecting me health-wise, so I could only take one at a time, not all of them together. So yeah, we have those moments you feel like, oh my God, why is it okay for me to experience what I'm experiencing, one case after the other? So we slowed down, and perhaps that also explains why we had now to go to pursue a different path. Yeah.
And what path is that?
Watoto Wasome. Watoto Wasome is the path that we followed, and what we do, or rather why we felt it was important for us to follow Watoto Wasome, is because Ken, you and I know the role education played for us to be where we are. Where I come from, it's not that we had a lot. It's not that my parents had enough to give all of us, but it's the opportunity to be able to go to class, compete with the others, acquire knowledge that has been able to make us fit in this aggressive market that we are in. So for us to go that direction is to try and give equal opportunities to children. Those whose parents are able, those whose parents are not able, we try and put them in the same space so that they acquire more knowledge, but much more have a better opportunity in life where they can compete favorably with their peers and with the society. So that's what we've been doing at AFFECTO. Those students who miss out on opportunities to join high school, we come in, we provide scholarship opportunities, we mentor them, we encourage them, we give them all the support that they need for them to be able to continue through high school and also to ensure that they transition to universities. So we have quite a number of students from across the country in very many hundreds of schools. We talk about Mombasa, you'll find our students there. If you go to Kwale, Matuga Girls, and other schools, you'll find our students there. If you come to this other side of Nyanza, you'll find so many of our students. Come to Nairobi, a lot of our students. But the goal is to make sure that they have quality education and they are motivated enough for them to be able to transition to the next phase, in the hope and belief that that gift that you have given them will last them a lifetime and will enable them to break the poverty, the chain of poverty within their households, that they become the leading light in their family. And if you were to meet some of our students, you would understand why we had to go that direction. Because you will find somebody who will tell you that we were born 9, I'm the 7th born, and nobody in our family has ever joined secondary school. I'm the first one. So if you walk that path with that family, you're so sure that that person may pull one or two from within the family to be able also to break that barrier. I have one of my students who has cleared university this year. She was telling me the other day that in her extended family, I'm not talking about the nuclear, her extended family, she will be the first to wear a graduation gown, the first. And she's very excited about it. She just cleared the university 1 or 2 weeks ago. And she tells me, this is a first in our family. So it's not her to celebrate. It is the entire extended family to celebrate. And that is what gives me a lot of satisfaction, knowing that whatever you have planted, that seed is going to be able to support not just one individual, but the entire household and probably an entire community. Yes.
What moves you, Ndung'u?
Those beautiful stories. When I hear and I see, and some of these things you don't need to be told. When you see, because you see the journey of transformation. You're here with a student who was, had a lot of fears, so they could not even express themselves. Somebody who didn't know what it means to be happy. There was no joy. But when you start working with them, they start feeling, that assurance, that feeling of, oh, indeed it is possible. You bring in mentors who share their personal journeys of, triumph, and they're like, oh, I can be like so and so. You take them to spaces where under normal circumstances, it could not have been possible. We take our students even to State House
Yeah.
to just go and have a feel what it means to be in the highest office in the land. So you start seeing them, coming out, better. And within no time, you see them now going and, being able to make very impactful changes in different spaces. And I'm talking about students who have even gotten job opportunities even before they have graduated.
Oh.
Yeah, because they are very impressive. And somebody comes and interacts with them and finds out, oh no, I need this kind of a person. I need this kind of a person. I have one of my students who was given an opportunity to lead in a global organization. He's now leading the Kenyan chapter for the youths. And I'm talking about somebody who had failed to join high school. But given an opportunity, they are able to get better and better and better.
Yeah.
Why, when I see that kind of a person, what will stop me from bringing another and another and another in the hope that they will also get better? So that's what moves me in a nutshell.
We are seated in a very nice facility here.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
AFFECTO.
The home of watoto wasome.
Why AFFECTO?
Why AFFECTO? Because we're all about giving love to each other, affection to each other. Yes. So we share. The more we have, we share in a way that everybody feels comfortable in that space. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes. I want to beat you in this game, so please.
No, I think it's your move.
Oh, it's mine.
Yeah, you already picked.
Okay.
Now, in the space of philanthropy and running a philanthropic organization, what do you think is the one thing that most people? I know you might have said it, but what is the one thing that most people don't realize about philanthropy and running a philanthropic organization?
You see, philanthropy, philanthropy, it's not about how good you are or how good you feel or how good people see you, but it's about the impact that you make. The people who benefit from the decisions that you make, how good do they feel? So when you start looking at it that way, then you will realize the importance of, I think we just changed the game. Can we go to Diamond?
It's getting boring.
No, I'm realizing.
Let me interest it for you.
Ooh. Yeah? I'm still insisting we go Diamond.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
I think I'm about to win this game.
Oh, you are? So if you're about to, then let me not play.
Clever guy.
If you're about to.
I was this close.
Huh?
I was very close.
So, no, you don't have enough cards, so let's continue playing. Don't have enough. Yes, so where were we? I think I concentrated in the game.
Yes, yeah. You are telling me about one of the things that people don't realize.
Yes, it's a lot to do with the beneficiaries. It's about to do with the receivers, the people, the recipients, the people who get what you get. How do you do it, and how impactful is it to them? So when I learned that, now I tend to focus more on that area. It's not how good, in the eyes of people, I could be that wonderful guy. In the eyes of people, I could be that successful, very successful guy. AFFECTO could be that blossoming organization. But at the level of the people that we benefit, is it real transformation? Is it something that they feel within themselves? So once you learn that, then you will be able to give the best. You will learn to be ethical. You would learn to be value driven, because at the end of the day, you want to leave something that is very resourceful to the community.
Yeah.
So it's about impact.
Now, the journey that you've had is a very profound one, right? From doing things at the capacity that you're in, fundraising online, rallying friends here and there, to having this formal
Structure
that sort of impacts in a way that you can actually even track, right? How has the journey that you've dealt with, or the journeys, the challenges that you've handled, and the wins that you've experienced, how have that shaped you as a person?
Yes. For sure there are challenges, and a lot for that matter. And I've had myself being too overwhelmed, sometimes to the extent it can become scandalous, where some people would imagine that this fundraising are for a different reason. Maybe I want to get some money for myself. Maybe the people I'm supporting, they are not genuine. But at the end of the day, the person who is required to prove this is myself. And in some cases, it was quite overwhelming. So we needed to have a vehicle that would act as a shield to protect me as a person. So this vehicle will be able, now you're working with a team, number one. Number two, it can be able to keep track, where if you come and you ask me, what are you doing, the organization is able to showcase by itself. So I don't need to be Ndung'u Nyoro to tell this is what we are doing. Number three, you are able to document who has been able to be part of the support beneficiaries. That I couldn't do as an individual. But now with an organization, it is doable. You want to see the transparency in the whole thing. Are you audited? You couldn't come and audit me as a person. But now when you have an organization, we can be able now to have both internal and external auditors come and check the quality of work and say that indeed for the 1,000 shillings that you were given, this service was worth that amount of money. So I needed to give people an opportunity to feel what we do and appreciate it. So it was the right thing to do, and it has come in a big way to make sure that people understand better what AFFECTO is all about.
Interesting. Now, as AFFECTO grows, and as you grow as a person, as an individual, what's your next big move? Maybe you can talk about your next big move as a person and as AFFECTO.
One, I'm happy. I'm going to play, or you?
I'm pretty sure it's you. You took a win from me.
Oh, okay. One, I'm happy and I appreciate our students. I want them to be part of our success story for the longest. So one of the things that I'm doing is on mentorship. I want to mentor them into spaces where they can be decision makers. This kind of impact cannot be an impact if we don't have the right people in the right spaces. So what I'm doing is I'm keen on mentorship. It's something that we are doing as an organization, and it's something I'm doing as an individual to prepare them for the future. So that I'm doing. I am also very keen to see that education alone is not enough. So how do we increase opportunities for them? How do we make sure that they are ready for the market? So that is something else that I'm keen on as well. Preparing them for opportunities and having proper partnerships with different organizations so that they can be able to get those opportunities. So that's something I'm very keen on. Then I also want them to be part of the decision making in this organization. And that has happened because if you visit our office, you'll be able to see a few of our students.
Yeah.
I want them to be part of the decision makers for the organization for future. You and I know that we cannot be here forever. So I want, when that time comes for me to rest,
Yeah.
that we will have enough flowers, Kadi. We will have okay. We will have the right people who understand our system. Kadi.
Okay.
Who understand our system. Are you punishing me for wanting to finish the game? Yeah? Two,
Yeah.
Okay. Haya, cheza. Mimi utaniona. So who understand our system?
Yeah.
Kadi.
Oof. This one is gone.
No, I'll not finish. Kuhurumia. Kadi, wewe, Kadi. Yeah, this is nice. Finally, I might kill this game.
Kill it. For sure.
Yeah?
Is
it?
Bulletproof.
Yes. So I want people who have been part of the system, who understand our value system, who understand our beliefs, who understand our goals, people who can help take this. And you see now somebody who has been brought up in the system, they don't struggle to fit in. They don't struggle to understand. They have lived it. So they just need to hold somebody's hand and tell them this has been our practice.
Yeah.
So I'm really keen to see that comes to happen. That is about the institution.
Yeah.
About still on institution, I would like to see us come up with our own institution. You see now what we've been doing is that we have been offering scholarship opportunities. But I would really wish to see that we have our own institution. We call it AFFECTO Leadership and Innovation Center, where we bring in the learners. It's more of a school,
right?
But a value-based one. So it's like a school setup, but we are keen on bringing out leaders. We feel like we have a deficiency of leaders in our country. Leaders who are value driven, leaders who are impact driven, leaders who are results oriented. So we would want to nurture and develop that through AFFECTO. There are some institutions globally, that if we take a student to this institution, this is what we expect of them. So we would want to be that kind of an institution, that we have a learner, we bring them to such an institution, even the society knows. You remember all the days when somebody said that they studied at Starehe? There are some things you knew that this is what to expect. That this student will not be a lazy student. That this student will not be somebody who misbehaves anyhowly. There are people you could trust with the most sensitive responsibility too. So I would want us to be in that kind of a level where
that was the remaining day. We're almost going through it.
Yes. Now, such kind of an area where you're the one who's starting.
Oh, those are stats.
Yes. Just a minute. People who the society can rely on for very good things. So that is one. But now when it comes to me as an individual, I would like to retire and watch our beneficiaries make very smart moves. I want to retire and be out there and support others rise. I think that will be my best moment. Just seeing others climbing through the ladder, becoming better than me. Of course, we are talking about AFFECTO. Of course, we are talking about Ndung'u Nyoro. But can we have other smaller but more powerful versions of Ndung'u Nyoro? That is something I'm looking forward to.
Yes. Now, as you were chatting earlier, you mentioned that at any one point you have about 200 or so lives that you're touching directly. What would you like them to know? If there was one thing you'd tell them from Ndung'u Nyoro,
yes,
not from AFFECTO, from Ndung'u Nyoro.
From Ndung'u Nyoro,
yes.
I always tell my students, and you like punishing me.
No. I'm giving you motivation to.
I would like my students to know that I was very intentional in giving them an opportunity at AFFECTO. Very, very intentional. And the reason I did so is because I saw their potential. And I believed in their potential. It's you to play. And believed in their potential. So whatever gift that I've given them, the gift of education, it is not for them alone.
Right.
It is not for them alone. It is for them to pay forward what was given to them. So they should not rest until they have made somebody feel the way they felt when somebody gave them an opportunity. So I think that's my message to them. That don't rest until you have made somebody else feel what you felt when you were given that opportunity. Yes. Something you never paid for, but somebody believed in you. Somebody that is not related to you, somebody that you didn't know. But you just found yourself in a space where somebody gave you an opportunity to be your best, to be at your best, and to keep changing things. So pay forward. Yeah.
If you could talk to Ndung'u of 10 years ago.
Yes. Ndung'u of 10 years ago. Ndung'u of 10 years ago, I think he didn't know what the world had for him. I think it's you. Yes. He didn't know what the world had to offer.
Yeah.
We changed the game. So he okay. Yes. So the Ndung'u of 10 years ago, I would have advised him to have invested more in two things: knowledge and networks. Those are assets.
Why those two?
Because you see, when you increase knowledge, it's like a pyramid. You increase more chances in life, either to be successful or to be noticeable or to be a decision maker. So the more you go up, the more you increase your chances. And of course, with networks, you are as good as the people that are within your networks. So if you have very resourceful people, chances of you succeeding are very high. So I think I would have wanted to, it's not that I'm doing badly, but I could have done 5 times better than yes. Perhaps we could be having this interview in New York if I had done a little more. So I think that for me is important, and that's the same message that I share with my students, that invest in knowledge, invest in people, have the right networks. And the more you keep enriching yourself with those relationships that you are building, the higher the chances of you doing very well in life. Because you'll have people who will challenge you, We'll have people who will create opportunities for you. We have people who will always be there to shield you when times are not very, very, very good. Yes. No, it's you to play.
Is it me?
I believe so.
Oh, yeah, yes. I was waiting for this. I was waiting.
You're waiting.
Yes.
I'm trying to see how I can kill the game and it's not coming.
Let me just see if I can help.
You want to punish me?
No, I have no. Sina nguvu, sina uwezo.
I know you like
Do
punishing
that.
me. Oh,
Then we can go with a spade. So maybe a
spade.
Now, Ndung'u, as we wrap this up, is there one message you could give to the world?
To the world?
You just want the world to know.
Yes. In my experience with the people that have been in our program, I've come to realize that we are not too poor.
Yeah.
We're actually not poor.
Yeah.
It's just that we want everything for ourselves. But if only we could be mindful enough of each other, we could be having enough for all of us. So, if only we could be mindful. If you looked at the neighbor next to you and you realize what they do not have, you have a bit of extra and you shared. Perhaps that is all what that neighbor needs to keep hanging on in life. And that neighbor could be able to offer something else that you do not have or offer it to somebody else. And we all could make this world a better place for everyone. So let's learn to be mindful. Let's learn to be our brother's keeper. That's all.
This has been interesting. Conversation more than the game.
Yeah, we need to clear the game.
We need to clear the game.
Yes.
Let me just thank you everyone. In case there's something you probably wanted to hear, something you were expecting to hear that you didn't hear, a question that is burning for Ndung'u Nyoro specifically. If there's another guest you want to also listen to, someone you want to pick on their brain, feel free to write in the comments below. Thank you for joining us in this conversation, and thank you for helping us listen to this mind that moves. Ndung'u.
Yes.
What you got, bana. You know saying here also.
No, I've already. I did round 1, so I need to see what you have for round 2.
Okay.
Yes, and watoto wa Mungu wasome.
Watoto wasome.
Yes, at the end of it all, watoto lazima wasome.
Niko kadi.
Uko kadi?
Yeah.
Blue and a diamond.
Every single time.
I know, and more punishment.
Why?
Alafu uweke spedi kadi.
Hey. Can I do that? As I figure out what I have.
You don't have
Niko kadi.
You don't have to. Those are 2.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's how we do it in life. You expect to finish. Somebody else is a few paces ahead of you.
Yeah.
You expect to lose, you win.
Right.
And that's life.
That's life.
That's life. Na watoto wa Mungu wasome.
Awesome. See you on the next one.